Hello, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you're doing well. I always ask and nobody ever answers me, but at least now, recently, I've been getting some comments letting me know how you feel about the workouts, the good, the bad, the ugly, which I like. I like the input. That way, if there are any exercises or any positions that you're finding to be uncomfortable or feel unsafe in, let me know because I can give you some variations. I can give you examples of tools that you can use to help make the exercise easier. It opens up the pathway to that particular exercise. Okay, so today what we're going to be doing. This is the last day, the last pelvic, hip, lower back, sacrum workout of the series. Of course, I'm going to be doing a lot more hip, pelvic, sacrum exercises in the future, but this one was 3 weeks of just focusing on this area. Today, what we're going to be doing is working on this area, our lower tummies. How many times has society or media made us feel really bad about this area? We have to have flat tummies at the V. No, we don't have to. What we should do is work on making the area move better, strengthening the area so that we can move through space better, reduce our chronic stiffness, reduce the chronic pain associated with sitting for long periods of time. That also means strengthening the area, not just mobilizing. So mobility, when you really look at what mobility is, it's moving your body with load at full range of motion. So it's strength training, but also focusing on making sure that we're getting the full range of motion in that particular joint. We're going to be doing a mix of mobility and strength. We're going to start very beginner. I am going to increase the intensity. You don't have to join me if you start feeling like it's too much. You can stop the video, move on with the rest of your life. Okay. It, all movement is good and small. That's why we have movement snacks in this Patreon. That's why we don't shame for not finishing a full workout. That's why we don't, we do our best, leave the rest. So if you did your best and the rest looks hella spicy and you're not down for the spice, you can stop the workout. But I implore you that doing your best, you start encompassing some discomfort in that. Will not progress if our best continues to remain in a comfortable space. Okay. When we heal and adapt, that's because we put ourselves in an uncomfy position, doing uncomfy exercises. We have to allow our body to heal. So we give it a few days rest and then we come back to that exercise and we do it again. That's how we get stronger. That's how we become more capable of doing more things with our bodies. So do your best, leave the rest, but push yourself a little bit. Pain, 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 no pain. I don't want you guys feeling pain. I do want you feeling like, ooh, this is kind of sore. This burns a little bit, and then stop, take a breath, and then if you can come back to that safely, then do it. But if you feel unsafe, stop. Anytime you feel unsafe, stop. Your brain, the moment you start feeling unsafe, is going to decrease your ability to move. It's going to decrease your range of motion, your coordination, your balance, and your strength. It's going to give you less, and it's going to make it very unsafe, even more unsafe for you to try to attempt that exercise again. Okay. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and do the warm up within this workout. So, don't worry about pausing and going to the sensory warm up. But if you already did it, then good for you. I like that. But we're going to go ahead and sneak in a little bit of a warm up in this. So if we haven't already done feel ourselves, we're going to go ahead and just rub our bellies, rub our sides, lean on one side, rub the glutes, rub the hips. Okay. I want you to feel about a 4 or 5 out of 10 in intensity. Don't start a fire, but I want you to start feeling like, okay, that area is starting to get warm. Rub the top of the booty, the top, the lumbar area. So top of the booty, this is where your glutes are. You have 3 sets of glute muscles. Okay. And then you have the lumbar spine, which is right above that. So this area, this is the sacrum. Then we got the lumbar spine that connects to the thoracic spine. Most of us can't reach the thoracic, but I really want you to try to get into that lumbar area. And then your middle. Why do we do this? Why do we put sensory information in before motor information? To reduce the threat. So threat is stiffness. Threat is pain in areas where there is no longer tissue damage. Threat is our brain not being ready to move. This helps get you there faster than just jumping into a motor movement type workout. Okay, we are going to sit crisscross applesauce, stick a cushion under your seat if you need to. Okay, if you need to put your legs out a little bit wider because this doesn't feel good, do that. If you're here, all I want you to do is just focus on pushing that thoracic spine forward and back. If you're here, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to push that thoracic cage forward and back. But what I want you to do is I want you to also give yourself that nice little anterior pelvic tilt and that posterior pelvic tilt. So I like to call it tucking. Tuck under, tilt up. So you're tucking the booty under. Everything's round. You're in like a C. Push that booty up to the sky. So we're rolling back and forth. By the way, put some music on. Put some jams on. I'm listening to music right now as I'm doing this class. It helps just make me feel like, yes, I could do it. I got this. Especially if you have a really good playlist. So we're going back and forth. You should feel, and let's go ahead and anchor the booty now that we have a little more range of motion. You should start feeling some of that tension maybe that you had running down, melting away a little bit. Okay, you can put your hands anywhere, by the way, anywhere that feels comfortable to you. We're going to go ahead and shift side to side. Okay, and normally I'm very, I'm about to say it in Spanish, pendiente, but I'm very attentive to making sure that our shoulders are parallel to the ground. This time around, I want you to push into full range of motion. I want you to feel a little bit of a stretch. Remember, this is mobility. So we are trying to expand our range of motion, pushing a little bit into resistance. Not into pain though. We don't push into pain. We move around pain. So if you feel a spot that's painful, stop right there, move around, see if you can find a different spot to push into that doesn't cause pain. Pain makes our brain go, whoa there, I'm going to restrict your movement. And it enhances threat. And the pain itself is threat, especially if you've had a former injury that's healed. And you're like, wait a minute, what? Yes, our brain does that. And it's to keep us alive. Okay, that's why it is a protective aspect of all the wonderful things that our brain does for us. All right, so now we're going to connect the two. We're going to go around in a circle. Okay, maybe you need to put your hands down behind you and just lean back a little bit. You could do this. If you can come up, I want you to go around in a circle, allowing for that pelvis to roll underneath you. You're going to feel the booty tucking under, the booty tilting up. We're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You're doing splendidly. We're going to go ahead, stop here, reverse. So remember, if you're here, be here. If you're here, be here. Each rotation, we're trying to get a little deeper. We're really focusing on that pelvis tilting and tucking underneath us as we roll over it. Your thoracic spine, whatever feels good. If your shoulders are rolling forward, then rolling back. Allow for that movement. But I really want you to just focus on this bottom area. Okay. we're going to go ahead and come into a gentle straddle, whatever that looks like for you. So if you're here, be here. If you're here, be here. If you're here, then be here. We're going to do the same thing, okay? We're going to tilt and tuck that pelvis underneath us, but we're going to be in the straddle this time. Get the booty cheeks up and out of the way. And I'm going to, hold on. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure that you can see everything I'm doing. Alrighty. So when I just say get the booty cheeks up and out of the way, lift up, boom, place down, lift up, get that booty cheek. They will anchor you to the ground and make it more difficult for you to get that full range of motion when you're tilting and tucking. Okay, so we're either going to be here or we're going to be here. Allow the booty to come up. Feel the pelvis tilt. Feel it tuck underneath you. Back and forth and breathing. We're going to do about 6. So this should be 5. 6, we're going to go side to side. I'll come this way. So we're just going side to side. You might feel a little bit more restriction in this because you're in a straddle. It's okay. I'm not moving too far over from side to side. Just enough to get that full range of motion, that benefit of moving into full range of motion. I'm very aware of certain areas where there's stiffness, where there might be a little bit of like my muscles going, I don't know if I like this very much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move in ways that move around that particular area. So I have a little bit of pain right here. So instead of pushing into that, I decided to shift a little bit to find a way for me to move my thoracic spine to side without it aggravating that. Do the same for yourself. Okay, we are going to go into circles. Wee. Now, if your hands are behind you, lean back and get the circle. You could place your hands on your legs. I almost forgot what they were called. Or you could place the hands in front of you. Or for extra challenge, I like to place my hands right in front of my chest and come down, allowing your legs to kind of open up if they feel like opening up. If you need to bring them closer, bring them closer. Remember, we're moving around the pain. Going all the way around. You might feel a little bit more pull in certain areas now that we're expanding the circle, if you can. We're going to go ahead and stop at this next one. Boom. Turn the other direction. Notice how the pelvis is rolling underneath you to accommodate this movement. We are warming up that area. And I'm starting to feel kind of warm. Remember, you could take a break at any time. Hydrate, don't dehydrate, please. Okay. You're done. Shake it out. Ooh. Bring those feet together. Get the booty cheeks up and out of the way. Take a breath in. Inhale. We're going to go ahead and exhale and look forward first. And on the exhale, come down into that butterfly. You might still feel a little stiffness in the area. That's okay. We're going to work on that. So if you still feel stiffness here, totally normal. This is as far as I can come down as we just started. Alrighty. Take a breather. Okay, so now we're going to do a simple exercise. If it's not that simple for you, that's okay. But we're going to be reclining. We're just going to be doing some leg lifts. We are going to progress from there. Wherever you feel like stopping, you stop. Remember what I said in the beginning of the video? You don't have to do the things that feel really uncomfortable and unsafe. Okay, so let's see if you can. I want to make sure that you can see everything. Bloop. Okay. I'm adjusting the camera so that you can see everything. I want to make sure that you have the ability to understand exactly what it is that I'm asking for you to do. Okay, so we're going to be in a reclining position. I want you to, if you need to roll your mat underneath you a couple times to add a little cushion, put cushions underneath you, do that. Okay. I want your upper body to be nice and relaxed. We're just going to place the hands down next to us. We will be using our hands to push the floor away. Okay. Right now, if you're just lying down neutral, you might find that your knees are externally rotated to the outsides of the room. We're going to internally rotate them. So now I want you to activate those muscles. So we're here. I want you to activate the muscles to come in. Then I want you to lift one leg up towards you and then down. Now, notice how I'm more out in a V. If you feel more comfortable having your feet together, you can do that. I'm more comfortable here. Find your comfy spot. Okay, so we're going to internally rotate those knees, boom, facing up towards the ceiling, bring one leg in, and then bring it out. Snap, crackle, pops are normal. I literally just went crack. 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Place it down. All right, internally rotate the other knee. It should be facing towards the ceiling. We're initiating from the hip, bringing that leg up. I don't want you worried about what your feet are doing, by the way. I want you worried about what it feels like when you're lifting that leg from here, from the pelvis, from the hips. 2, 3. And we're breathing in through the nose. 4, 5, 6, 7. One last one. Okay, bring it down. Bring both knees up. Let them fall to the sides. If your hands are here, that's fine. If you can bring them up here and kind of tuck that booty under you, then do that. We're just going to rock side to side a little bit. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to be on our elbows this time. So we're going to feel the initiation a little bit differently. Okay. So we're going to be here on our elbows. We're going to internally. So we're here. Legs are like flaring out. Rotate those knees up towards the ceiling. Lift a leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you can, go ahead, switch. 1. If not, pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come down. Bring the knees up. Let them flare to the side and rock. And breathe. That one was just a tiny bit spicy. It's like the first 2 wings in the wing challenge. I don't know if you guys ever see the celebrities eating hot wings and going insane when they get to the last one because, yeah, it's funny. Anyway, that's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to dial it up a little bit. So this is like a 2. We're going to come back up. So to come to sitting, you can come up or come to one side, place your hand down, and push yourself up. And you've probably seen that before if you've done my other mobility workouts, especially the one where we roll. Okay, hydrate, don't hydrate. Now, we're not just going to do up and down. We obviously have to add some kind of circle, half circle. that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go back to the elbows because we're done with the warm up. All right, we're going to be on our elbows. If you feel more comfortable being here up on your hands, you can do that too. Okay, so, but I'm going to go down to my elbows and I'm going to internally rotate those knees. I'm going to take the leg that I'm working with. I'm going to come up straight. Okay, and I'm going to come out to the side and back down with control. I don't just want you throwing the leg out. By the way, if this is you, that's cool. That's fine. Be here. If this is you, be here. Work with what you got. We all start somewhere. I've been doing these for years. So I'm here. We're going to do 8. So that's 4. 5. By the way, your knee will externally rotate when you come to the side. I want you to rotate it back. Okay. So your whole leg is doing this rotating. Okay. One more. Come up. Shake it out. Come down if you need to. I need to. Woo! Grab the knees. Place the legs back down. We're going to come right back up. Other leg. Internally rotate that knee. Then externally rotate it as it comes out. With control. 1, 2. Point the toes if you'd like to add a little extra space. Or leave them nice and relaxed to just focus on the hip and pelvis muscles. I think we have 2 more. 1. If you want to add more, you can always add more. If you're like, yeah, this is easy. But remember, we are going to come down, grab the knees, rock. We're going to increase the intensity. Okay. Bring the legs down, put the feet together, and allow the knees to flare out to the side for just a second of decompression. And we're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, we're going to come out by bringing those knees in, planting the feet on the floor, coming up however feels comfortable to you. Okay. Okay, we're going to go spicier. My dog is whining. I don't know if you can hear it. I might have to let him in here. All right, so we are going to be up on our hands, not our elbows this time around, okay? We're here. The goal is, so we're going to alternate leg lifts. But I want you to try to remove your hands when you're lifting the leg. This is working the lower abs, the lower back, the hip flexors. This is a crazy good exercise. Okay? Try to lift those hands. We're going to do 2 more. Each side. 1, 2, 2. Bring your feet together into butterfly. Get the booty cheeks up and out of the way. Inhale. On the exhale, come down. Ooh, you might be able to come down a little bit further than you did the first time. All right. Gently come out of that. He'll be fine. Okay, I'm like, he's whining. Come, bring your legs back out. Bring those hands behind you. We're going to do half circles. Now, these are a little bit harder to do without your hands. So if you need to place your hands behind you to do them, do that, okay? We're using full range of motion. All right. We're going to internally rotate that knee. Point your toes if you'd like that extra bit of intensity. Look at your foot, by the way, while you're doing this. And raise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back. Shake the leg out. Come with that forward, that anterior tilt, pushing that thoracic spine forward so you can get a nice little stretch there. Kind of release the kraken. All right. Next side, okay? Internally rotate that knee, point the toes if you'd like to. Place the hands up here, place them down here if you need to, wherever, whatever accommodations you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo! Spicy! Bring those feet together. Get that booty up towards the sky. Inhale. And the exhale, come down into that butterfly. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You might be wondering, how does it get spicier? Oh, but it does. Drink some water. Take a second break. All right. We are going to learn boat pose. So let me go ahead and show you what we're going to work up to. Don't attempt it just yet. We're going to put all the pieces together. Okay. While you're taking a second, this is what we're going to work towards. We're going to roll without using our legs or our arms. We're just using our core to get us up and over. And we're doing this in parts. So we're going to work on the boat pose first. If you need to, place your hands behind you. I'm going to show you right from here. Lift the legs, activate that lower core, activate that lower back, and then try to bring your hands next to you, bring them down, bring the feet down. Okay. Bring the leg up one at a time if you need to. Bring the hands up, place them back down, feet down. Now we're going to try to hold it for a couple breaths. If you need to keep the hands around here to hover just in case, do that, okay? We're going to bring the feet up and hold for 1, 2. Come into that butterfly. Get the booty up into the sky and just come right down into it because, oh, we earned it. We earned it. Now, let's work on the rolling part. Okay, so if we're here in boat pose, right, what we're going to do, and I'll show you from this way so you can see better. Okay, we're here. We're coming down, so place your hands down if you need to. Blue, 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 blue. We're keeping the thoracic spine as high as we can up off the floor. We're keeping those legs up off the floor while we roll. Keep your hands up nice and high. Roll, 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 roll onto the tummy. Get the booty, the boobs. We're here. We land here, okay? If you need to place something here because you're afraid of crushing them, do it, okay? So we're rolling. So we've come down from our boat. Our arms are up. We're using momentum and strength to roll us over and then stop right here. You're activating the lower back. You're activating the core, the entire core, the girdle. Okay. If you cannot do this, it is okay. Attempting the movement is better than doing nothing. You look funny, feel weird, normal. But rolling is one of the best things you can do for your body, for your sensory system. Our brains like when we kind of do things that are a little different and start inputting sensory information that we're not usually doing as adults, which most of us stop rolling on the floor, which is a fucking shame. What I have to say is, if we normalized all types of movements, silly, funny, happy, playful types of movements, we can enhance our quality of life exponentially. Now making sure that there we go. All right. So we ended up here, right? We come back to this. How do we get back? We lean. Now, if you need to place a hand here to help you, do it. If you don't do it. I'm going to use the hand just to show you. We're rolling onto the side. We're rolling onto the side. We're rolling onto the butt. We're trying to keep those feet up. And then we come into our boat pose. Not easy, but it's okay. So we come into our boat pose. Now remember, if you need to, boop, bring those hands back up. Bring yourself down. Bring those hands up. We're going to roll up. Remember, if you're here, that's fine too. If you need to add a mat, if you need to add a blanket, if you need to add something to this area, especially so it doesn't feel like it's getting crushed, do it. Okay, let's go ahead and push into a child's pose real quick. We're going to do that a couple more times. In this position, what I want you to feel is your knees are open wide so that your chest can get down to the ground as much as possible. Your feet are touching behind. You're pressing the floor away with your hands. And you're breathing. Okay, let's do this again. We will start in this position. Boat, arms up. Start coming to the side. If you need to place your hand down, do that if you need to, but make sure that it comes up to allow for you to roll onto your tummy. We're going to go the other direction. Okay, so we're going to, well, if you need your hand to help push you, do that. We're going to come up, and if you can, come up into that boat pose. We're going to do it one more time on this side, and then we're going to switch sides, okay? So we're here, or here, or here, depending. We're going to bring those hands up. We're going to roll onto our tummy. We're going to come up into that Superman, Supergirl, super person. We're going to go one more time. Boom. Come into your butterfly. Breathe. Okay. I am going to turn this way so that you can see me going in that direction. We are going to go on the opposite side. Okay. Boat pose, modified boat pose, whatever you need to do. Roll onto the tummy. Bring those legs and arms up. You need to remember, you can push the hand. We're going to come up, and if you can, boat pose. Back out. Up. Okay, see? I couldn't do it, so I'm here now. I'm going to come over, roll. I'm going to use my arm because I'm losing steam, and that's okay. And then I'm going to come here with my hands. I'm going to come over. Boom. One more time. Use your hands if you need to. Remember, these are not easy. Boom. Did I say one more? That's it. One more. Butterfly pose. Booty cheeks up and out of the way. Inhale. On the exhale, reach for further than where you were before. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, we're going to try to decompress a little bit. And it wouldn't be hips, pelvis, sacrum if we didn't do shin boxes. How is this decompressing? You shall see. It's going to feel good. Because we're going to place our hands behind us. We're going to allow for the pelvis to tuck underneath us. So I'm going to come here so you can see me better. Okay, place the hands behind us. We're just going to stack the feet if we need to. If you can separate them a little bit, then do that as well. Anchor the feet. Remember, you're either here or you're here or you're here, dependent on what feels good to you, like right now. Anchor the feet. The feet aren't going anywhere. The knees will come up and over. Oh, yes. Right? So that's 1, 2. If you find yourself shifting, that's okay. Shift back. 4. We're going to do 6. 5. Last one. You might find one side more tight than the other, and that's totally normal. We're all asymmetrical. One side's always going to be a little funkier than the other because we don't do the exact same things on both sides all throughout the day. So our brain gives us a little more on the side that we spend a little more time doing things. We're going to be, so I want us to do a forward fold. I like to do my forward fold with a little bit of space in between my feet. But if you don't need that, that's okay. Get the booty cheeks up and out of the way. We're going to inhale. If you need to, place your hands behind you, press, and then come forward. If you're here, be here. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up. We're going to come forward on the exhale. It's okay if you round your back out. That's okay. Did you know that if you don't round your back when you're doing things, then when you end up rounding your back without thinking, you can get injured because your brain isn't used to having you do things with a round back? But if you implement exercises, if you implement a rounded back in your exercises, guess what? We're going to release from here. Your body will adapt. We're going to come into that nice little shin box position again. Okay, stack the legs if you need to. We're going to breathe. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to come over that front leg and just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come behind the leg. We're going to bring the elbow down. We're going to rotate. Come here so you can see me better. We're going to rotate. Bring this arm up, open the chest, look up at the ceiling. And we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll bring that down, rotate your chest forward, come up on that hand, and I want you to try to push the booty up. Get that arm back up, and we're going to look at the hand, and you should feel the stretch right here. And we're gently coming down. Anchor the feet. Roll them over. I'm going to shift just so that you can see me. Okay, so we're here again. We're going to inhale, raise the arms up. On the exhale, come down over the front leg. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk back up. Walk over behind the leg. Bring yourself down to the elbow. Open that arm, open that chest. Look at the ceiling and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down. Place the hand down. Place the other hand down. Plant it nice and good. Push the booty up. Reach with the other hand and look at the palm of the hand and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently come back down. Now, if you're done, but if you want to look at what your middle splits might look like after we've done all this ooey gooey stuff to it, this is the perfect time. So if you want to check out your middle split or your straddle, we're going to come into a straddle. I want you to feel some resistance. I want you to get the booty cheeks up and out of the way, and I want you to activate those muscles. Those knees need to be rotated to the back of the room. We're pushing the chest forward. Thoracic spine comes forward. Pelvis is tilted up, anterior tilt. We're going to inhale. And then on the exhale, I want you to reach. The lower belly needs to come down first. We don't do this. We allow the lower belly to come down first. And then it rolls. Everything rolls down after it. Okay? Which means you might feel a little more limited. But I'm just going to tell you right now, the moment that I started working on getting this tilted, this started opening up. Okay? We could try one more time. Come down. Never push into pain. When we're reaching for a goal, you might feel some discomfort, and that's normal. We don't want to feel pain. Come back out of it. Bring your legs together. Shake them down. Shake them out. And that's it. You're done. Pat yourself on the back. That was not an easy one, but I'm just going to tell you right now. It's one of the most beneficial. This is one of the most beneficial workouts that I've ever put together because this area tends to give us a lot of problems, especially as we age. The more that we work towards strengthening and mobilizing it, the less we're going to have to think about it as we age. It'll just be natural in us, in our bodies already. And we won't have to worry about starting when we're, later on in life. Remember, we progress by healing and adapting. We tear muscle tissue to gain strength because when repairing that, our body allows us to adapt to make the area stronger because our brain wants us to survive. So it sees that we need to move. We're moving our bodies in certain ways, and when we need more strength, so what will our bodies do? When we are healing, we are strengthening those areas by adapting. So it allows us to adapt. So that tearing and healing and tearing and healing. And it's not just physiological, it's not just our muscles tearing and healing. It is also our brain adapting to us being able to do that movement and focusing on doing these things. Our bodies could probably do the craziest things. I mean, think about whenever you've heard, oh, lady picked up a car off her kid because the adrenaline. Our brain will allow us to do the craziest thing, especially if it's uninhibited, like when you're drunk. This way, we're allowing our brain to feel uninhibited because we have trained it to feel safe and allowing us to do these exercises and allowing us to expand our repertoire when it comes to what our bodies can do. All right. I hope that you enjoyed the series. I really did too. Next week, we are going to start shoulders, upper back. Oh, yes, this area, thoracic spine. That is what we're going to be working on. So we're going to enhance the shoulder mobility. We're going to enhance thoracic spine mobility. We're going to enhance chest mobility too. This whole area we're going to work on for 3 weeks. So it'll be another series. All right. Remember, any questions, any concerns, hit me up. I'm available all the time. That's what I'm here for. And hope you all have a beautiful symptom-free weekend. And thank you so much for being here.